Hey folks, we're going to do a little carving project out of Carving Magazine. It's summer 2006, issue 14. I was lucky enough to get in there, showing the shelf elf. So as you can see, if you got this, it's pretty good, but if you ain't, there's a few little steps right in here in this nose area and the face that we didn't get to go through as well as I'd like to have in here, but with the amount of space we had, we just dealt with what we did. So hopefully this little video clip will help you out. Hope you have fun. But it's basically going to come out of a block of wood, and as you can see, we've kind of got some back here already. So here's some of the band sawing on it. You take your straight block of wood, comes out of scrap, and all of this cut away, and you got your shelf elf blank. A lot of times it's better to have a little bit more area, more wood back here. This will help them from jumping off the shelves. But so we're just going to start carving. I've noticed that a lot of people have trouble forming this part of how the face is going to come back. So we're going to look at some of these other carvings here. I've got some that's here's going to be the finished product, hopefully, somewhere around in there. Alright, we basically want to come in here and knock off this side and this side. We're going to create a plane here and a plane here. And just going to come down into here. This is northern basswood from Wisconsin. Basically, we've got this center line developing in here. So you notice I didn't draw anything. I'm just relying on my eyes to kind of get this center line. So, like I said, the biggest problem folks have is getting this part of the hat brought back. So just kind of bear with me as I flip and tumble this thing around, and we'll get this hat knocked back. There again, as long as that's close to a flat plane, that's all we're after. So we'll turn and do it on the other side. Notice, see how our center line is moved. Alright, so we're just going to come back over here and move the center line again. To get something like so. Alright, we're going to focus from the front. We're going to come around here and look at the back side a little bit. We're going to knock these two corners off. We don't need them. So there again, I'll look from the bottom. Just kind of use that grain to our advantage. Look from the bottom. Same thing over here. Just like so. And I have to look at it. Let you look at it again. Alright, now I want to come in here with my knife. Start a little bit down in here, a little bit down in here. You may notice this knife flexing a little bit. That is by design. Alright, so just a little bit down in there. We don't need any of this sharp ridge. So we're going to go ahead and knock off that. Alright, we're going to start with coming in on the back of the hat here. So how we do that is we just start coming in here with a few stop cuts. Right along this area. With just a few stop cuts, not too deep. And then we're going to work back to those stop cuts. If you don't do that, you're going to lose the very tip of his hat back here. Alright, progress. Because our skull, we're going to be thinking about a little bit about anatomy in here. He's a whimsical, he's a caricature, all this kind of stuff, but he's still got some things, so I'll try to talk about them as I come across them. This is going to be the bulge of the skull. This is going to be the part of the back of the shoulder, of the neck area. So obviously this is the part that's going to hang off the shelf. So I'll show you. We need to get rid of this, just the saw marks. And that's why I like this knife that's kind of got this belly to it, kind of like mine. By the way, hoorah, Semper Fi. To all the Marines out there. But see this knife with this belly on it, it's going to allow us to get in here and clean all of that up. Alright, that's pretty good. So as you turn this, you're just going to have to look around it and see little spots where you need to knock off there with the knife. Notice we've still got one plane, and then we're going to come over here and knock off this area. Alright, we're going to switch back from the back to the front a little bit. Notice this angle coming back. I'm going to kind of mess with that just a little bit. Cut a little bit on this side, a little bit on this side. Notice what happened there. Got a little dippity-doo in there. So these guys you can change around, and that's the fun part about them. Now I'm going to start bringing the back part of that hat forward. So he's got a little bit of a tip on his hat there. These little areas, just be real patient if you're working with your knife. That's where a gouge comes in handy. Just work it cross grain, but just with the knife. It's got a belly on it. See all those saw marks coming right off there. So something that's a little bit harder to do with a straight edge knife. Alright, now we're going to come down here and knock some of this bevel off of this side. This side. Go ahead and knock some of this area here off. Just don't bring it to a sharp point. It's only going to be sticking in your hand, so if that happens, just be sure and round it off, because that hurts. Alright, I'm going to stop and pick up my pencil, do a little bit of drawing for you here. So, just get in here and take a little bit on this side, a little bit out on this side.